Hello, welcome to Owl's Air Guns. Well, I was back at the local farm and home today, picking stuff up, and I brought something else home with me. So we're going to do a quick unboxing, or do an unboxing and a quick look here. Not actually an unboxing, more of an unbagging, but we're going to proceed nonetheless. I had intended to get one thing, but they were out of stock and I had to make a substitution, but this is actually very cool, and so we will go ahead and proceed with it. I have a Gamo P-27 semi-automatic CO2 air pistol. This is a dual ammunition pistol, claims to produce 430 feet per second with alloy pellets, also fires BBs, and I was happy to find that this is not a blowback action. You know, having always shot firearms, I mean, I understand if you're not familiar with firearms that the blowback action, provides kind of a simulation, a facsimile of firearm operation. But obviously, if you've ever shot a handgun, the actual firearm slide travels at much greater speeds with much stronger recoil and a good bit of noise too. So, I haven't ever really been enamored with blowback action in air guns, at least not in pistols. And I feel, well, it wastes gas. There's only so much gas in a CO2 cartridge, and if you're using part of it to move the slide back and forth, well, that's gas that's not being used to propel BBs or pellets downrange. So the blowback action comes at a cost. So I was happy to see that this is not a blowback action. Does look pretty cool, and I wanted to go ahead and open it up and take a look at it. So let's go ahead and get to that. I really haven't looked at this much myself. Part of why I was happy with the Gamo, I've had other Gamo CO2 pistols in the past that I've really enjoyed. And so I have some confidence in it. The one I intended to get was manufactured by Umarex, and my experience with Umarex, quite frankly, is mixed. I have some Umarex products that perform very well, and I've had some that just are not up to snuff. Their Canex being a good example. That thing is not ready for prime time, in my opinion. So anyway, seeing it was a Gamo product, I had a bit more confidence, but I also sprung for the 2-year warranty and in-store replacement, just in case it leaks gas or fails on me out of the gate here, or anytime over the next 24 months. Anyway, what we see that it is both single and double action. Of course, the power plant is a 12-gram CO2 cartridge, is non-blowback. Caliber is .177, fires both pellets and BBs, does have fixed sights with reflective white dots. Safety is manual, which I also enjoy. The Umarex products, well, I've had each. They're a copy of the Ruger Mark IV, of course, has an automatic safety on it, which I do not enjoy, but the Umarex Mark Point has a manual safety, and the only automatic is the grip safety on that. So as I say, they are mixed in their approach. Other than that, weight is 1.5 pounds, smooth bore barrel, so the accuracy with pellets is not going to be as good as if it were rifled, but given that we're firing BBs, the smooth bore is more appropriate. And many people lament firing BBs through a rifled barrel, so I feel good about that. I was really looking for a BB pistol, so the fact that this can fire pellets at all is kind of a plus to me. And being a smooth bore suits me just fine. All right, well, we've read about it, so it looks like as far as capacity, you have capacity for 16 pellets and or BBs. I believe this is one of those double magazines that flips over, but 8 and 8, but I'm not sure. We're going to have to find out about that. So let's go ahead and open her up and then we'll take a look. some kind of plastic retaining strap there. Have our instruction manual, and that looks like about it. Set that to the side there. Initial impressions, it is constructed of polymer and does have some good weight to it. Hammer cocks, so obviously is both single action and double action. Actually, the double action trigger pull is really decent on it. I'll have to get my pull gauge out and weigh it, but that's not bad at all. And the single action pull is almost the same. Looking at those sights, I would describe them as Glock style with the 3 white dots, but those look like they'll work just fine. Easy to pick up, yeah, easy to use. Obviously the slide doesn't move, being non-blowback. Of course, the CO2 is housed in the pistol grip here. And, okay, so we have our piercing mechanism right there. And, that piece slides out. Basically, our back strap slides out. CO2 cartridge will go in there. That's more or less a cover then, and comfort for your hand. Slide that back in place, and you can access the charging key there. Oh, it's also our magazine access. So, looking at that, let me see. Well, I better read before I just go jerking that thing out of there. But I'll have to find out how to do that. Whoop. That's how to do that. Wow. So we have spring-loaded magazine ejection. That was pretty cool. Kick that out with some force. And yeah, it looks like I'm right. That is one of these 8 shots on each end, double-ended magazines. So we load that up. Is that right? Load that up. No, I think it goes the other way there. There we go. Slide that in like that. Fire 8 rounds. Kick it out. Roll it over. Slide it back in. Not bad at all. All right, let's go ahead and put some CO2 in this after, well, we'll go ahead and read our instructions. Just to be thorough, put some CO2 in it and take a few shots. And we will continue to evaluate the Gamo P-27 dual ammo CO2 pistol. Hey, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one.